Michael Jordan is regarded by most as the greatest player of all time, a player that was practically flawless. Considered the greatest scorer of all time, which is bolstered by the fact that he has the highest career points per game average. He was one of the greatest defensive guards of all time. He was fearless and caused fear, always playing to win, elevating his teammates, pushing them the same way he pushed himself. He was the face of the league, catapulting it onto the global stage like no one else. He is a Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, 10-time scoring champ, 3-time steal champ, 6-time NBA champ and 6 times Finals MVP, 11 times All-NBA, 1984-85 All-Rookie, 1984-85 Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Defensive, 3 times All-Star MVP, 1987-88 Defensive Player of the Year, and a 5 times MVP. That's quite the long list. It seemed like there was nothing he couldn't do and do it at an all-time level. However, there is one aspect where he was not at an elite level, the three-point shot. It is considered his one and only weakness. It's often highlighted by people who want to argue against his GOAT status. His career average was 32.7%. If we don't count the 3 seasons from 1994 to 1997, where it was shortened from 23 feet 9 inches to 22 feet, it's an even worse 28.8%. I only say this because I've seen this argument several times, such as this guy while debating Skip Bayless.
See it in your eyes, you don't mean it.
Mean that.
All right, continuing though. You're talking about his shooting. The three-point line was not only closer during Jordan's time, they were treating him like he was Ben Simmons. They were leaving him open from the three-point line. They had no problem with him taking him shots.
Yeah.
They were treating him, it was like Magic Johnson with a paper cut. Nobody wanted to get near him. They knew he couldn't make it, so they let him take as many threes as possible.
I'm not sure why this is held against Jordan and not everyone else in the league at the time. Yes, it was shortened, and yes, it did help make his three-point percentage increase those 3 seasons. That being said, do we treat corner shots as less than, or that they don't count? They're 22 feet after all. His proponents will often attempt to rebuke these claims. They'll say that he wasn't a bad three-point shooter, that he was average for the league at the time. The league didn't emphasize the three-point shot in his era, and that he would have been better if he played in the modern era. They'll cite his 1992 Shrug game, where he made 6 from downtown as evidence that he could make threes if he wanted to. These are all points I agree with. However, despite all these arguments, I've seen the point be made that he was a horrible three-point shooter in the 80s specifically, even by his proponents, such as this clip from Johnny Arnett.
Now, first off, let me point out the fact that Michael Jordan was objectively a terrible three-point shooter in his first 4 seasons in the league.
However, they'll say he improved later in his career. This got me thinking, was he really that bad? His average from 84 to 89 was only 20%, with 89 being his highest in that decade at 27.6%. Indeed, that does not look good. Then in the 89-90 season, it jumped up to 37.6%. Which makes me think to myself, why? What changed? The goal of this series is to gather as much footage of those attempts in the 80s as possible and analyze them to see what conclusions can be drawn from them. I'll go season by season until the 89-90 season, and for each season I'll group the three-point attempts by 4 categories: last-second heave buzzer beaters, trying to beat the shot clock, late game or clutch situations, and regular attempts. So let's get into the minutiae and delineate the undelineated. Let's answer the question, did Michael Jordan suck at threes in the 80s? This is part 1, where we'll look at the first 2 seasons and playoffs. In the 1984-85 regular season, MJ shot threes in 32 games, and I found 12 of those games. He was 9 for 52 from the three-point line, and 5 for 15 from the games found. His three-point efficiency was 17.3% on 0.6 attempts per game, while the league average was 28.2%, with 0.28 three-point attempts per game. He was 132nd in three-point efficiency and 39th in three-point field goal attempts. In the 1984-85 playoffs, MJ shot threes in 4 games, and I found all of those games. He was 1 for 8 from the three-point line and 1 for 7 in the footage found. In the 85-86 injury-shortened season, he shot threes in only 8 games. I found 3 of those games. He was 3 for 18 from the three-point line that season. His three-point efficiency was 16.7% on 1 attempt per game, while the league average was 28.2% with 0.29 three-point attempts per game. He was 135th in three-point efficiency and 23rd in three-point field goal attempts. He was 1 for 6 from the games found. In the 1985-86 playoffs, he only shot 1 3. He made that single three-point attempt. As I said, the 4 quarters that are going to be used in these videos are last second heave, shot clock running out, clutch or late game situations, and regular shot. We'll start with shot clock running out in those 2 seasons, including playoffs.
Chicago has it back, 7 to shoot. Woolridge puts it in to Jordan. He'll take a three-pointer. Nearly put it in.
5 on the shot clock for 3. Jordan just showing.
Matthews, they lay way off of him. Jordan, 7 seconds to shoot. Matthews, he may have to take it. Jordan, a three-pointer. Didn't get it. Greenwood.
By Bobby Jones. Jordan gets it back at the buzzer. Good if it goes. No. Malone.
Jordan very early throughout this game. Jordan straightaway three-pointer.
As we saw, there were 4 attempts to beat the shot clock in the 84-85 season at random times throughout the game. There was 1 attempt in the 85-86 season. That is 2 for 5 for 40%. Now let's have a look at last second heaves or buzzer beaters in the 84-85 season.
Hearing them here early. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Here's Jordan. He'll fire a three-pointer. Got it! He put it in! He just beat the buzzer!
Drop back, except Scott plays daily. Jordan will shoot it from three-point range. At the end of 3, Los Angeles by 8. People around the country who didn't watch are going to pick up the paper tomorrow and think it was a Laker rout, and it's not that way. Jordan, 4-3, got none, and it's over. Whoa, what
because he went into heavy traffic there. And Maurice Cheeks knows how to put him in, I can tell you that.
10 points for Maurice. We got 3 seconds to go in the half. Down to 2 to 1. Three-pointer by Jordan. Count it! At the half, a three-pointer by Michael.
Heavy pressure. Jordan from just inside half court, put it off of the rim. Nearly. In the corner, Jordan hit the back of his foot. Got it back with 2, with 1. Oh, and he nearly put that in under heavy pressure.
This 1 second to go. Three-pointer counted if it goes. Off to the front rim for Michael Jordan.
You're kind of a little relaxed. And then the guys, three-point shot, hit the rim.
Everybody on the Souths has scored. Jordan from three-quarter court as he heads for the locker room.
Michael Jordan, three-pointer.
MJ had 4 last-second heaves or buzzer beaters in the 84-85 season. He also had 4 in the 85 playoffs, and 2 in the 85-86 season. That is 2 for 10 when it came to last-second heaves or buzzer beaters. Now let's have a look at clutch or late-game situation shots. But before we move on, if you like what you've seen so far, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And Sidney Green with that threesome. The Trailblazers counter with Sam Bowie, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Clyde Drexler. Valentine and Jim Paxson. Jordan short with his three-pointer.
assists for Jay Humphries. Here are the Bulls, offensive zone. Jordan, three-pointer. Oh, he got it to fall. Michael Jordan.
Last couple of minutes here, approaching the 2-minute mark. Jordan, no. He had to shoot because the clock was down, what, 2 or 3 seconds, Crash?
Right, and he wanted to take a three-pointer when they left him open.
Hang time.
You know, it's interesting when you're in one place and another. That's a part of the game, though.
3 points if it goes. Not this time for Michael. Bobby Jones with the board. So with one.
He was just really up for this game.
Well, he hits the second. He's got 39. Jordan's got 22. Jordan, left side, three-pointer, good. He hits it.
Jordan for three. Up! Greenwood kept it alive.
Three-pointer, Michael Jordan.
In the 84-85 season, MJ had 5 shot attempts. In the 85 playoffs, he had 1 shot attempt. In the 85-86 season, he had only 1 shot attempt. All in all, that is 2 for 7 at 28%. And now let's move on to regular 3-point shots.
Suddenly the Clippers can't buy a basket. They have really gone cold. Junior just daring Michael to shoot another three. And he does. Corzine.
47-44. Detroit leads for the first time tonight.
Only makes about a quarter of those shots, too, which is really not too good, but we've seen him do it well here in Washington.
Jordan thinks about it. Now he's going to do it. Nope. And Isaiah.
Three. No team has had more than a 3-point lead in this game. 3-point attempt by Michael Jordan. And we quickly a tie ball. Jones. Jordan for three. Up! Greenwood kept it alive.
Three-pointer, Jordan. Count it. Pierce has gone back to the bench. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Michael Jordan, three-pointer. Career, Bill. Unfortunately, they're not going to be going to the playoffs. He really has been playing a much better all-around game. Three-pointer by Michael Jordan.
When it came to regular shots from the footage found in the 84-85 season, he had 2 attempts. In the 85 playoffs, he had 2 attempts. And in the 85-86 season, he had 3 attempts, which is good for 2 for 7 at 28.6%. So, what conclusions can we draw from this data? Let's dig in quarter by quarter. In the first quarter, things are pretty balanced. He took 6 threes and surprisingly hit half of them for a 50% clip. The shot tops are an even mix of regular plays, last-second heaves, and shots to beat the clock. This gives us a solid baseline. Moving on to the second quarter, the story is almost identical. Very low volume, just 4 shots, but again a 50% success rate. In the first half of the game, he's incredibly disciplined. He's not hunting for threes. He's taking them only when the situation makes sense. After halftime in the third quarter, we see a shift. The percentage drops sharply to just 20%. The game's intensity is picking up and the regular play attempts are starting to disappear in favor of more forced shots under pressure. And now the fourth quarter. This is the most important piece of the puzzle. The volume absolutely explodes to 14 shots. That's almost half of our entire sample size from these 2 seasons. And the percentage? It bottoms out at 14.3%. The reason is clear. These are almost all high-pressure clutch shots or desperation heaves. The fourth quarter is when the threes become a tool of necessity. This final graphic makes the point undeniable. This chart doesn't show shooting percentage, it shows when he took his shots. And it's staggering, 48.3%, nearly half of all his three-point attempts came in the fourth quarter. It wasn't a standard weapon, it was an emergency tool used almost exclusively when the game was on the line. So, after analyzing every available shot from Michael Jordan's first 2 years in the league, what can we say about the narrative that he was a poor three-point shooter? I think the evidence from this early period from 1984 to 1986 is clear. The label poor doesn't quite fit. Based on the situations he deployed it in, a more accurate description would be a reluctant or last resort shooter. I think this is supported by the fact that a majority of his attempts were not taken in the normal flow of the offense. They were kind of a pragmatic, last resort, end of quarter heaves, desperate shots to beat the clock. In these first 2 seasons, the three-pointer was more of an emergency tool for Jordan, not a weapon in his primary arsenal. He was a player new to the line, in a league that hadn't yet embraced it, and his shot selection reflected that reality. But of course, this is only the beginning of the story. We've established a baseline, but the question remains, did this trend continue? What happened as Jordan became the league's undisputed scoring king and his role in the offense exploded? The investigation will continue. In the next part, we'll analyze the 1986-87 season, where the volume of his three-point shots begins to climb. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it as we continue to track the evolution of Jordan's game, season by season, to see if the narrative holds true.